Okay, guys, sorry for the inconvenience and good morning again to this introductory lecture about this software engineering design course. My name is Mauro Caporuscio, and I will be course coordinator for this course, as well as a teacher. Again, I'm going to teach you some lectures. There are also other people participating in this course. We're going to have Francis Palma and Diego Perez as co-teachers. Francis, he is sitting in Kalmar and will teach you next 2 weeks. Then he will stream from Kalmar. Okay? And then we're going to have Diego Perez, which will teach you about performance engineering. And finally, Mirko is the teaching assistant that will help you through the development project that we're going to have in the second study period. Okay, you know, these courses span 2 different study periods. First study period is mostly theory. Second study period is development. Okay, and Mirko will assist you during the development phase. So some important information. First, registration. Okay, that's very important. Try to register if you didn't do it yet through the online registration. I know that some of you have some problem to register. Then we have some prerequisites for this course. We have problem-solving programming and programming and data structure, just because they provide you basic knowledge about Java. And Java is the main and official programming language for this course. Then we assume you are able to program in Java and use Java technology. Okay. Then we also have a requirement in object-oriented analysis and design using UML, because the UML is the modeling language for this course. Okay? Then we will make an extensive use of UML. And when I say UML, I talk about all the different diagrams, starting from use cases diagrams, interaction diagrams, and so on and so forth, down to the class diagram and deployment diagrams. Okay, then we will use all the different types of diagrams used in UML. That's why this is a strong requirement. And finally, we have software testing as prerequisite, because we're going to use unit testing. Okay, then I know that some of you still miss the grade for this course. But the important thing is that you know at least what is unit testing and how to use unit testing, because we're going to use it. Okay, we're going to build on this knowledge. Then, if you cannot register because you miss some of these prerequisites, then please send me an email with containing your transcript or records. Then I can check formally if you have some credits, you miss only part of the courses, and so on and so forth. Okay, so exceptions can be made. Okay, these prerequisites are not so hard. Okay, then just send me an email with this containing your transcripts and records, and then I will register you. Okay, if possible. Then, My Moodle, okay? On the My Moodle course page, you're going to find content and timetable for the course, practical information, content information, all the learning material, which means handouts, scientific articles, books, tools that we're going to use, some videos, and so on and so forth. Okay? Then it's very important that you get access to the My Moodle page. And we're going also to use the forum in order to communicate with you, okay? Sending news and information about the lectures and the assignments and so on and so forth. Okay, that's very important. If you don't have access because you are not registered yet, then the system didn't automatically granted you access to the My Moodle page. Please send me an email with your name, first name, last name, your student ID, and then I will enroll you. And do it as soon as possible. Okay, now it's better. Because it's important that you get access to this page, and yeah, as soon as possible, as I said. Before contacting me and the other teachers, please make sure you follow the email etiquette. Otherwise, emails will not be read by us. Okay? It's very important to follow this sort of protocol, because I mean, we have many different courses running in parallel. We get so many emails from all the students, and then it's very difficult to understand what the mail, what course the mail is about, and from where, and so on and so forth. Then it's very important that you follow this protocol when you're sending emails and trying to get in contact with us. First, so the subject should be relevant. Don't say problems, okay? Because it doesn't make anything, okay? Please make a problem with registration in the course 2DV603, for example, okay? Should be self-explained. Then, please, I mean, we are not your friends, okay? Then please try to be as much formal as possible. Identify yourself, okay? Always put your first name, last name, and student ID, so that we have to do something on LADOC, for example. It's much easier to find you on other systems. Remember, yeah, still, you are not writing to close friends, then make sure that the email is correct, okay? Then we can easily understand what's the problem and how to deal with it. If you write a long email, try to, well, split in different paragraphs and try to use capital letters and full stop. Okay, we are not chatting on WhatsApp. If you send an attachment, make sure that the attachment is attached to the mail, because it happens often that we miss the attachment, then we have to write back to the student, say, please send me the attachment, and so on and so forth. And always use your student lnu.sc account. Okay? Don't write us from Gmail, Yahoo, or whatever. Okay? Use your university account, and make sure that your name is well set, because sometimes we got emails with names written in languages that we cannot understand, for example Chinese, or with Arabic characters, and so on and so forth. Then it's very difficult for us to identify who you are. Okay? Well, this is needed because this can save time and will result in a quicker and useful response. Okay? Otherwise, process the mail, it takes time. Maybe we need 2 or 3 iterations before getting to the point and solve your problem. Okay? It's very important then. So, say that. Let me introduce you the course content. So the course will be is composed of 3 different modules. Well, 4 different modules. The first module is about requirement engineering, and I said it will be taught by Francis Palmer from Kalmar, and he will teach you how to understand and develop requirements. Okay, requirements is very important. in the software engineering development process. And then he will talk about requirement elicitation, requirement validation, and requirement management. And modeling and management with tools. Okay, it means how to model these requirements by means of UML, essentially. Then we're going to have a second module taught by Diego. And the objective of this module is performance engineering. Then he will teach you about performance evaluation, so how you can measure performances of an application, and how to improve the performances of this application by means of performance engineering, okay, and performance models. Here we're going to use some extension of UML. That's why still UML is very important. And then we have software unit performance that builds on top of unit test. Okay, that's why we need unit test. And then we're going to have a third module about design and refactoring. It will be me that will teach this part. And we're going to discuss about design for quality, how to measure and manage the software quality. Okay, as you can see, quality is very important throughout the entire course. Okay, this course is about software engineering for improving the quality of the software. Okay, we're going to have a better introduction on this topic on Friday. Okay, we're going to discuss why quality is important and how quality is perceived in a different way depending on the specific stakeholder. Okay, so quality has a meaning for a developer, but has a completely different meaning for the businessman, and has a completely different meaning for the user that we're going to use the software. Okay, then it's very important to have quality in mind throughout the entire development process, and that is the main goal for this course. And finally, we're going to have the fourth module, which is not really a module, but it's a software engineering development project. And this will last 8 weeks. During these 8 weeks, you're going to work in teams, small teams, 5-6 members per team, and then you will develop, okay, a real application by following and applying all the theory that we will teach within the different modules. Okay, then we will move from theory to practice in the second part of the course. So the scheduling then, we're going to have 2 lectures this week. They are introductory lectures. This lecture today and the one on Friday, when we will discuss about why software engineering and why design for quality. Okay, why quality is important. Then we're going to have 2 weeks for the module 1. That will be streamed from Kalmar. Then students in Kalmar can attend in the classroom. You guys in Växjö or distant students can watch hopefully live on the YouTube channel. Then we're going to have 1 week no lectures, okay, in the week 7, and then you will deal with the first assignment for the course, and the assignment will be about requirement engineering. Then we have the second module about performance engineering. Still 2 weeks of lectures plus 1 week for the assignment. Okay. In this week, week 10, we will not have a lecture as well, but we will work at home. Okay, on your own assignment. Then third module, other 2 weeks of lectures and another assignment, okay, specific for the development, design and refactoring module. Any questions so far? Yep.
So we're only going to have the assignments in that week.
Yes. Yeah. One assignment. I mean, you have time. You work at home and you submit. Yeah.
Do we know them before that?
Yes, of course, of course.
So
Yeah, yeah.
we could start
We will try to publish the assignment the week before. Okay. So we have a lecture on Friday, and maybe Friday afternoon you have the assignment on my Moodle. Okay. And then you will submit your work on my Moodle as well. Okay, that's why it's important that you get access to the my Moodle page. Then evaluation. So the first assignment 8.0 that is this week, it's true, false. Either you pass or you fail. Okay. No grading. We will discuss about this later on before the end of the lecture. This week 4, yeah. Then we're going to have this assignment on requirement engineering in the week 7, and the grade is, well, a number, a value between 0 and 100. Same thing for the performance engineering assignment. And for the assignment number 3 about design and requirement. Okay, then you're going to have 1 true, false, and then 3 different values for the 3 different assignments. And finally, we're going to have the software engineering project, and this is the scheduling. Okay, all the deliverables and milestones set for the development project. So we will release the project specification on week 14. Okay. Then we're going to have some project checkpoint. Most of them will be weekly. Okay, we're going to meet Mirko on a weekly basis. Through direct meeting here in the classroom, or through Skype, Slack channel, emails, whatever. Okay, that's free. How to meet him. It's important, by the way, that if you want to meet him offline, well, not in the project checkpoint that booked here. I mean, you have to write him an email, contact him before. Okay, I mean, don't write on Skype or Slack, hey, I need help. No, please send him an email and say, okay, can we meet tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, and then negotiate with him a proper time to get help. Then the first deliverable will be in week 16, which is the requirement specification. Okay. Then you will apply what you learn in the requirement engineering module. Then we're going to have another checkpoint, and then on week 18 we're going to have another deliverable, which is the design document, okay, where you apply, you try to design the application, okay, that meet the requirements. Then we're going to have two consecutive weeks of pure development, and then on the week 22 we're going to have the deliverable number 3, which is the final release for the project. It means all the documentation and all the code. Okay, and finally on week 23 we're going to have a workshop where each group will present, okay, their project and show a demo of the application developed. There is a double assessment, okay, for this course. Every student's grade has 2 different components. One is a team grade, okay, that can be F, E, D, C, B, and A, that evaluates the overall quality of development project. I mean, has you worked as a team. Okay, then we're going to evaluate the outcome of the development project. Okay, and we're going to evaluate the product and the documentation together with the product as a team work. Then we also evaluate the individual contribution to this project. Okay, if one of you guys is sitting on the table writing the code and the documentation while the others are playing the PlayStation, okay, that's not good. Okay, we're going to evaluate this. It's very important that all the members of the team will contribute. It's equal sharing. Okay, well, more or less. It shouldn't be exactly equal sharing, but more or less equal sharing. Okay. And then finally, sorry, the score for the entire project is calculated by means of this table. Okay, if the project get an A, but you played PlayStation all the time, and then it means that you get an F, then you fail the exam. Okay, doesn't matter how good is the project if you didn't contribute to the project. Okay, then it's very important that so if the team make a great effort and produce a very nice application and documentation, it's very important that all the peers try to, well, work with the same amount of hours and effort. Okay, it's very important. And then, of course, if the team fail because the project is very bad, it doesn't matter if one of the members worked 2,000 hours, okay, to make this very bad product. Okay, so the aim is that I mean, you should strive to be in the middle zone. Then the grading criteria. Okay, if A0 is false, I mean you don't pass the assignment 0, then you're gonna be unregistered from the course. That's important. Okay, that's important. And now, after this lecture, you access my Moodle and make the assignment. Okay, as soon as possible. So then let T be the average of the 3 different grades, scores that you get in the assignment. Okay, if the average is less than 40, it means that all the assignments are very bad, then you cannot participate in the SEP, okay, the software engineering project. Okay, that's important then, that you guys will study throughout the course, lecture by lecture, make good assignments, and then if the average is greater than 40, that should be easy enough to achieve, then you can access the software engineering project. Then the final grade would be the average between what you got as an average from the assignments and the grade, the score that you get in the software engineering project. Okay, and well, if this average is belongs to the 0-40 you say the interval, then you fail. If this score is between 41 and 40 and 50, then you fail, but you have the possibility to improve, okay, the project and pass the exam. Okay, and then you have E, D, C, B, and A for all the other intervals. Okay, I really hope everything is clear. If not, please raise your hand and make questions. I mean, I'm here for answering. Yep.
How about the group? It's celebrated by the teacher or by us?
No, usually we leave you to self-organize in groups, since I mean many students are sitting here in Växjö, others are sitting in Kalmar, some other students are spread around the world. Then I mean it's up to you. Okay, we will manage, by the way, the process. Okay, on making the groups, and then we will fix the number of members in the group as soon as we have the final number of participants. I mean, when we're going to have the list of people that can participate to the project, that we're going to make the groups. Okay, and yeah, you can self-organize in groups. Yep.
Just now you mentioned exams. Are we going to have some kind of examination?
What do you mean?
Like paper exam.
Or
Not written exam. Everything is project-based. Then we will evaluate. The assignments is homework that you will submit through the My Moodle, and then we're going to evaluate your homework. And for the final software engineering project, we're going to evaluate the documentation that you provide, the code, the demo, and the presentation. Okay, we're going to have the final workshop where each group present the product, and then we also evaluate the presentation. Okay, but no written exam. Yeah.
And we're going to find out about the product. We have to write only in that way.
Yeah. Yeah, we are still working on that. Because so the original idea is to involve some companies in the area. 2 years ago, we had many different companies involved in this process, and they provided their own specification, and then the different groups then worked on a specific specification. Okay, but for example, last year was not the same. Okay, last year we didn't find enough companies for providing this project specification. Then we had to invent one single project for all the different groups. This year we are still in the negotiation phase with the companies. That if we are lucky, we can get companies on board. Yeah. It would be very nice. Otherwise, we have to make our own development project. Okay? Any other question? Okay, thank you. Then, assignment 0. That I think it's the most urgent thing to discuss. The idea. Okay, so deadline is next Tuesday at 11:55 in the evening. Okay, you have enough time. It's very easy assignment. Okay, there's no right and wrong answer for this assignment. Okay, we want to just understand what's your perception and your thoughts about software engineering. Okay, then. It's composed of 2 different tasks. First task, you should read this mythical man-month paper, okay, that you find on My Moodle, okay, and then reflect on the impact that it has on software design in general. Since we talk about software design, that we want that you study history. Okay, about software engineering and software and design in the specific. Okay, and then you should enumerate 3 problems for each problem, and for each problem 2 or 3 possible mitigations. Okay, so there are a set of problems mentioned in the paper that you have to pick 3 of them, and then try to make and describe some possible mitigation for these problems. Okay, should be your own answer. Okay, don't look for answers on Wikipedia and on Google. Okay, I say there is not a good answer and bad answer. We just want to understand what is, your thought about this thing. Okay, then feel free to write whatever, but bullshit. Okay, of course. Then the second task, the design question. Okay, still there is another PDF uploaded on my Moodle. Read these 3 chapters. They are very easy. Okay, no formulas or any difficult things. Okay, just reading and think about what you are reading, and then reflect on the role of software design, and enumerate at least 2 problems that you recognize. And recognize means something that you dealt with in your the years before today. Okay, something you struggled against. Okay, while programming, for example, you had an assignment in the previous course, and then you spent a week, and then finally you get a turnaround. You found a solution for that problem. Okay, and then describe when you experienced such a problem and how you found a workaround for that specific problem. Okay, it's your experience. You have to describe your own and private experience. Still, no good answer or bad answer. Okay. So your answer should not exceed 1,000 words. That it's approximately 2 pages written in Times New Roman size 12. Okay, more or less. And remember that if you don't pass this assignment, you will be unregistered from the course. Okay, that's very important that you make the assignment and don't miss the deadline, which is on Tuesday. You don't need more than 3-4 hours, okay, to do everything. Questions?
1,000 words each or for both?
No, for both. Okay, so you make a Word document and just count, okay, approximately. It can be 900 or 1,100, okay? We are not counting the words, but just to give you a magnitude of reference, to avoid that people write 10 pages, someone else write 10 lines, okay? Then, so you have an approximate idea of what we are expecting for this assignment. And we count words because you might use figures, for example. Then if we say 2 pages and then you have 5 figures, 2 pages are done. Then the figures should not be counted. Okay, just to. Anything else? Okay, thank you guys.